All right, let's go side by side with our esteemed panel. Simon and Steph are here. I want to start with this. Former NBA player Enes Kanter Freedom just declared himself a 2027 WNBA draft prospect, arguing that since the league's rules never actually define woman, he meets every requirement to play. Simon, is this exposing a real loophole or turning a serious fairness debate into a stunt?
Well, I think it's pretty clear if you followed Cantor over the last several years that he's doing exactly what he wants to be. He's being provocative. This is a bit of a stunt. I think that's the top line. In addition, I do think that this is something that the WNBA is going to have to address. The commissioner already coming out and saying in a memo that this is something they're going to look into, because I was looking at their CBA, their collective bargaining agreement, and literally the first line in the eligibility section says that only players that are women are eligible to play. It does not define that. That, of course, opens up this idea that's a bit provocative, particularly on the right, which has become a bit of a meme of what is a woman. That feels like it's really aimed at undermining the idea of transgender. I think we can say that this is a stunt, and the WNBA also needs to address this, whether that looks like what International Tennis Women's Association does or the International Olympic Committee does in terms of tests that they've instituted, essentially testing for a Y chromosome to determine eligibility. One other point I think that's worthwhile to make is that if you looked at how often Republicans talk about this issue, you would think that every other athlete that's playing sports is transgender. They know it's a hot wire issue. The reality is you're more likely to get struck by lightning than you are to come across someone that is transgender playing sports, according to the NCAA, which says fewer than 10 athletes across 500,000 are, and the weather stat from the National Weather Service. Do I think Cantor is genuine? No, I think it's a stunt, but I think it's something that could lead to the WNBA changing its policy on this.
Stephanie, your take.
Yeah, so as not only a woman, but as a basketball mom, I am choosing not to take him seriously, but I am considering, let's just highlight the great things that are happening right now within the WNBA. Like last night, Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark made history with the fever. Olivia Miles is having a great season. And I think instead of paying attention to this publicity stunt, let's celebrate the great things that the W is doing right now.
Good points.